When we started Love Lounge, our goal was to bring you a show that will cover love, sex, and relationships. I've been reading your messages over the past few weeks, and you've been complaining. Apparently, I've done a lot of relationship talk, a lot of love talk, but not enough sex. And I would be absolutely remiss to not satisfy you today, which is why today it's sex, sex, and more sex. Welcome to Love Lounge. Now, whether you're single or in a relationship, there is one thing that we're all united on. We either are having too little sex, too much sex. I don't know who you are, whether you're having too much sex, but you can send some my way. Or you want to know how to have better sex, more quality, less quantity. And I've invited two wonderful human beings with me here today to come and talk about that. Now, one of them is married, so I'm not suggesting that you're having too much sex outside of your marriage.
Okay.
But hopefully you're having quality, glorious sex within your marriage. Titi.
I feel like my pastor is watching.
But you're married.
All right.
It's okay.
Was there a question? There wasn't a question.
There was no question. I'll just welcome you as an expert in the sex game.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Tamara,
Hey!
as my fellow sister who is not yet married, you know, we can't speak to the quality of our sex, but maybe the quantity.
You know, technically,
Perhaps.
if my mother is saying this, I'm a virgin. But the quantity is fair. It's fair. The quality is also fair.
So I want to start with the idea of premarital sex. I know our parents, Nigerian society doesn't encourage us having sex before marriage, guy or girl. But our Nigerian brothers and sisters are partaking in such. How important is it to wait till you get married before you have sex?
Okay, so obviously I have to start from the spiritual angle.
Yeah.
You know, it does begin here up the mind, and then actually take you a little bit further with a person than you should be going before marriage. That being said, I've actually never been an advocate for not having sex before marriage. I know that everyone is screaming at home now like, Titi the Dynamite, why did she say that? But the truth is, I've always been someone who has wanted to know what is behind that door before stepping over the threshold. Am I going a bit too?
No.
Like
Because
I
I think
Yeah.
that when you're going to apply for
Yeah.
a job, they
Yeah.
ask you, do you have a degree?
Exactly.
What's your previous
You need
experience?
experience.
I need
Should
to
you
know
come
what's
into marriage
going on.
with experience?
It's like if you're going to buy something, you want to make sure, you go to the store, you look at it, you try it
hold
on
it, you feel
before
it
you
up.
buy it.
Okay, is
Yeah,
this the right
You're not going to
size?
buy a husband and then get there and it's like, Like,
Okay, so it comes from the angle of knowing if you are actually truly physically compatible. So you might be mentally compatible. He makes you laugh. You have great conversations. You might look good together. But the thing is, behind closed doors, when the wig is off and the makeup's gone, that's when the guys especially, know whether, they're truly into you.
Whether you're locked.
Yes, when the wig
Whether
is
the
off.
lock enters the key.
Exactly.
And if it can open or lock the key, right? Right?
Yes, and the truth
Okay.
is, there are some, there are loads of car keys, but not every key can start the engine.
And we want that engine to
Not
run
every
very
engine.
smoothly.
Exactly.
We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Love Lounge. Now, before we left, Titi was explaining to us the importance of finding the right key to start your engine. Now, I know that for people who've had cars for a few years, whether
Yes.
Tokumbo or not, sometimes you find the perfect mechanic, but he's not good with tires. Or the windshield wiper won't work.
a car, a vagina a car.
Vagina is not a car.
Goddamn.
The penis, I could be talking about the penis right now,
Yeah,
not necessarily the
Sure,
vagina.
fair.
Where I'm going with this is just in the same way as sometimes you have more than one mechanic to service your car. Should you have more than one partner? If one of them is really good at giving you head, but when it comes to like penetrative sex, you don't get an orgasm with him. So you go to someone else, but the penetrative kind of
I don't
orgasms.
see anything
And so
wrong
you
with
have maybe two guys on the go. Is that all right?
Okay, definitely as a married woman, definitely not all right.
Well,
Once
yeah.
you've made that choice, you picked that channel, you have to
I mean,
stick
well, what
to
if he
it.
doesn't mind? What if there's an agreement and
I
he's like, you know
actually
what? I
think-
know I hate going down on you,
Yeah.
but Tommy over there doesn't mind. So as long as
Okay, so if Tommy has batteries, maybe. But if Tommy goes to work every day and slays on Instagram, it's not happening. I'm talking about the fact that it's a choice. And you have to be able to understand the choice you're making before you get into the marriage.
Right.
Know that, hey, this Telemundo I'm watching is going to be there I'm going to be watching that channel for a while. But guess what? He's all muscular and looking good and all that. But then when it gets really down to it, not really happening in that area.
Yeah.
But you have the chance to find out before marriage. It's never really advisable, mentally speaking, because it's a case of knowing a bit too much before you get in there. But these days, I've heard stories, of course, being on the radio, I've heard stories of women who actually had their very first experience being anal and thinking that's actually how sex is. So
That's a
at that,
thing?
yes, that is a thing. Like they get into the marriage and on the wedding night, the guy is attacking them from the wrong, in the wrong
Not
hole.
wrong, but just not
The wrong hole.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal. It's a big deal. So mentally speaking, you need to really, really prepare yourself. You need to know what's happening behind that door. But
Sorry, first of all, when a guy says I didn't mean to enter that place, a lot of the
They
time it's a
meant
lie.
to
He
enter
meant it.
that
He
place.
just doesn't want you to tell anybody
'Cause
else that he
1
went
minute
inside.
we're all on one
Because on
track,
the mistake
next
someone
minute-
thinks is gay. Come on. You've been
stop
doing
it.
this all your life.
Stop it.
You don't know that you should go down, you're going up.
Just stop it.
Okay.
When you were angling my bum in the air, you thought we were going where?
But the issue
Come
now
on.
is, was he really skilled to begin with?
Yes.
Did he really know what he was doing? Did he really, or was he just trying to act out what he saw in the last DVD he watched? Hello.
I don't think there's anything wrong
Seriously.
with having two partners. I think it depends on the person. Some people, one person just not
Doesn't
doing
quite
it
do
for
it.
them.
Yeah.
And I feel like even in a marriage, I don't know, I'm not married, but I feel like if you and your husband have a discussion and everybody's cool,
I don't
What's the
think
problem?
I don't think that can work.
What's the
It can't work.
problem?
It can't work.
but
Why?
it works.
Because
People do it.
I
okay,
think
people-
isn't that one of the
people
reasons
do
why
it.
sometimes people decide they want to marry more than one wife? Because they figure, Mama Shaliwa is good on Tuesdays, but that Wednesday, after she's been
Wednesday,
pounding yam, she says she's
not
tired.
good.
So
Exactly.
Okay.
let's bring someone else in.
But
You
I'm
outsource
just
the-
someone I can't think about sharing that much with someone else because it's really, really mental for me. It's like I can't.
that's why it's
I
so
can't
that way
connect
for you.
that deeply with someone else. To achieve an orgasm for me, it's not just about physics. It is so deep. It's something mental. So I actually make a decision. It's like I make a decision not to have an orgasm. Like, dude, I'm angry with you today. I'm not gonna have. Like, really, it's
You
not
can
gonna
make
happen.
a decision.
Yes, I decide, dude, this is not happening. But before you can make that decision consciously with another person, that means that you've gone over so many different levels of intimacy with that person. So you were asking
That's
earlier.
a personal thing, though, because there's a lot of people. I don't want to say who, but for some people, it's just it doesn't always have to be emotional. Sometimes
Right.
it's a purely physical thing. Tom, Dick, Harry, whatever your name is, don't care. You're
Yeah.
just there. This is my time.
So how
This
do you
for me.
derive pleasure from something like that where, like you said,
Yeah.
it's not, it's a different kind of intimacy. It's not an emotional intimacy. It's
Yeah.
more about just the physical act of what's going on right now. Is it just the thrill that makes it?
It feels nice. It feels great.
If you just
Whoever
want to
it
feel
is.
so okay, so there's drugs, there's alcohol, there's cigarettes.
I mean, it's
right?
better, obviously. With
Yeah, so it
sometimes it can be
becomes-
better with emotion, but I don't think for some people, I find that some people can separate it easily.
Yeah, but then
really
that's what the
easily.
batteries are for. You know, so once
But then
you've
sometimes
entered
you
that
want a
zone,
person, you want a warm body, you want the abs, you want the nipples, you want
Yeah.
you want everything.
You wanna be able to
the
grab
person,
him,
you want
right?
It's
a
like a
tongue.
nice hot plate of small
Batteries
chops.
there's no battery
If the snail is
tongue.
missing, it's complete.
Exactly.
If the
Okay,
samosa
so
is not there, is
it's
it really
not- it's
small
not
chops?
working.
at a point, it becomes about a lot more than that. There's so
Okay.
many other things on your mind, especially once you've got married. You're thinking about the school fees. You're thinking about the rent. You're thinking about the fact that your landlord is going to knock on the door probably while you're having sex just to collect the rent. You're thinking about the fact that you still have to slay on Monday morning, even though you've had like so many different bits of drama over the weekend.
So you mean you're
yeah.
always it's
Yes.
always
Okay,
the
we
key
have to
at
go on
this
a very,
person.
very quick
No,
break
really,
now.
It is.
Please keep your
It's a
focus
deep
with us.
thing.
We'll be right back after this.
That's cool though.
Welcome back to Love Lounge. There's a message here from Debbie Ejiro. She says, I had a crush on this guy I heard a lot about. Sorry, I haven't read the whole message and it just reminded me of something. Sorry, let me finish the message. Let me finish the message. But you know when you anticipate something your whole life and it turns out to be nothing like the mind-blowing experience it was rumored to be.
Okay.
Worry, Sham.
We've all been there.
The sex was really terrible and he's still calling for a hookup. Should I give him a second chance?
Absolutely not. God forbid.
Nah, don't bother.
So
Don't
can I now tell the thing that it reminded me of?
What?
I had this one friend We were really good friends. We're never meant to hook up. He was the guy I went to tell when my boyfriend was acting a fool, basically.
Okay. He was
Best
the
friend.
agony uncle.
Yeah, like I saw him as almost quarter to brother self. That's how there was just never anything. And then on one drunken day, just one drunken day, blessed with the libation of spiritual water, we fell on top of each other's lips in a club, and we said nothing about it. And then some weeks after, he came around my place like he normally does, having a conversation. We started having sex. It was so terrible.
Ouch.
It was so bad. It was it was awful. It was so bad. He stopped at one point and he said, and I will never forget this, can somebody please stop this?
He said that to you.
He said
But that's
that.
great though.
And then we both started laughing.
But that's great.
And then I said, I'm so happy you said that because I was
I'm
thinking
not
it
laughing.
too.
You know why I'm not laughing? Because I'm like, why would he be the one to stop it? I think you should have stopped it. You should have, as in really.
It was just bad. And I was just like,
It's good that it was bad though,
What
because at
is
least were
this?
you guys still friends after?
we're still friends afterwards. Now, what she
Exactly.
said about how, should I give, he's calling for a hookup, should I give him a second chance? So why I'm saying is you should. Because then we tried it again.
And it was good?
It was amazing.
Oh,
So what's wrong the first time?
We were just really conscious of the fact that, like I said, we're really good friends. And so we're just really conscious of the fact that you're naked and I'm naked. It was weird.
Okay.
I mean, 2 chances maybe.
Yeah.
But third time, please be going.
So I'm thinking this still goes back to the mental now. So you probably didn't think about it before then, but you had keyed in with this person on another level in other ways, and suddenly just trying to retune and reconfigure yourselves to the act. The action.
The act.
The act.
The action.
Makes it sound so
Yes.
dramatic.
It is dramatic. Okay, so
Line one, scene one.
yeah.
Off her pints.
Oh no! Okay, so for me, I never get there until after like probably 2-3 dates. And man, if for instance this guy does not know book, does not have C-SPAC, does not have long hair, it was not happening. But then suddenly, I discovered there was something else I needed. I needed someone who was forward thinking. I needed someone who had plans for the future. I needed someone who, because in the end, it wasn't all about the 6-packs anymore. It wasn't about the long hair anymore. It was about the fact that after the sex, what happens next? So can I actually have a conversation with you after we're done heaving and highing and
After all
so
of
do we
that.
just fall asleep?
Yeah.
Or is there something coming after?
Yeah.
So I wasn't excited about the after the sex part anymore. And that was a problem.
So Tamara, in Debbie's case, do you reckon that, like Titi has said, maybe she should try and find out why this guy, like talk to him more. Maybe it'll be better the
Yes.
next
I mean,
time.
it depends. She had a crush
Yeah.
on him, so she liked him. So it's different.
She's
so yeah,
well,
she
let's
should.
highlight one thing. She said, rumor has it
In
that
that
he's
case,
very good in the sack.
So it
So
depends.
it's almost like you heard he had a big dick and you're
Exactly.
like, I must sample this.
That's what I thought it was like at first. So
Yeah.
if it's just a guy that you're like, okay, you look nice, I want to buy it. The first time it doesn't work, second time it doesn't work. Because at that point, if it's just that you want to sample it, nobody, this is your bedtime talk. We don't care. I want to roll over and sleep after. So
But then
first
again,
time, second
I've
time.
had really bad experiences with larger phalluses.
Yes.
I've had bad experiences
the
with
worst
those.
sex I ever had was the biggest thing I've ever seen.
I
Yeah,
think
so
it's, I
it's
think
not
the
really about
bigger,
size.
and I'm sorry to generalize now, I think the bigger you are, the biggest anyway, they're very lazy. It's like
I
you've never
wish
had to
he
work
was
for it.
lazy. He
Okay.
was trying to. It felt like he was taking
He was
my
trying
womb
to-
and trying to shift it.
It's
Okay,
like-
so like imagine having one from here to here. I actually had the opportunity to
God made
measure.
me whole. He doesn't need me to be dissected. No.
So I actually apologized to him. I was like, I'm sorry. This is not gonna
Can't
happen.
walk.
Never happened.
And this was after like he had chased me for like 3 months.
Wow.
And I finally said, okay. Not yes, but okay.
Okay, fair enough.
And then suddenly unleashed the dragon and I'm like, sorry. This
Because
is
it's
not
sex
gonna
now, it's not murder.
That's
It's
not murder.
happen. But the thing is, he was in shock. He had
Yeah.
never been said no to ever. It was
He
like,
is lying. They had
No.
said no. From
No.
here to here.
No.
Which girl? Which is this? Who?
No.
Who is this? Who is this?
He did not. He couldn't believe. He was dumbstruck.
So let's talk about this myth about how, a lot of guys even lie about the size of their male member because they assume all girls want it big. Is the size as important to women as guys think it is?
No.
No.
I mean, you said no, so
No.
definitely no in your
Definitely
instance.
not.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if you're moving with a little micro thing, nobody wants that.
You need
But
to know how to
size
use
isn't
it.
that big a deal because as long as you know how to use it, no problem.
There are some that know how to use it so well that you would never even know that
got a
they,
teeny little thing.
you wouldn't even know. I'm telling you, you'd be in shock. And then of course, a lot of the time they just assume it's all about the phallus.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna say that word.
Okay.
I'm refusing to say it.
Okay,
I don't.
Which word?
What
Penis.
phallus? Dick, penis.
Okay.
Keep them coming.
Member.
Keep them coming. I want you to say all of them and get them out there. But really, I'm just saying that there's a lot more that happens first. I have a face, I have arms, I have legs, I have my toes, I have my fingers.
Oh, you got toes.
You know, yes. And
Okay.
there's my back. You know, there's my waist. There's other parts of me.
That get neglected sometimes when you're having sex with a guy.
Exactly, and
fair.
Is that
especially
because
if
of porn or is that because, okay, let's drawing from experience again. Welcome back to Love Lounge. Now, Tamara, specifically now, some guys don't like head, but they really enjoy hand jobs. And part of their foreplay has to include
Some
hand
guys
jobs.
don't like head?
Yeah. Some guys do not come from head.
No, that is.
I thought it was a
all
myth.
Say.
I-
I think it came from head. 10
I
minutes
thought it
later,
was
oh,
a myth.
baby.
It's not. It's not.
okay, so
Some guys don't come from head, but they will with a hand job. And some guys with a hand job like it firmer than others. Some like their balls held, some don't touch the balls. Some guys like a finger up their ass while you're doing it, or just at least have your finger around the scrotum, like single. How do you broach the topic of asking
I ask straight up, what do you like?
before, during, or after?
I start.
Or
with
do you
my
hold and say,
routine.
is this too tight? Is this not tight enough?
I
Or-
start with my usual down there routine, and then after like a few minutes, I'm like, okay, tell me what you like, and
All right.
they're usually very happy to go like, yeah, do whatever. Or
the truth is that whatever his routine is, you should also have your own. So, like, before I'm starting anything on you, I'm like, dude, look after me first now. Guy,
Okay.
calm down.
So speaking
It's
of
all about me.
routine, as a woman, I hate it when I'm having sex with a guy and I can tell that he's working through his formula. Number one, press this, do that, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can do to break them out of the routine that they have so that the sex is about you and them, not you and the experience with their previous partners? How do you get them more tuned into your needs?
it's a communication thing. You tell them. So if it's
Not,
starting to feel a bit
every
too
woman is as
routine-y,
vocal as you are.
So, okay, you don't even have to say it. Just
Okay.
move. If he's in a particular position and you
Yeah.
don't like it, change the position. It's not like you're just there like a zombie.
What
you
if
can
you're
do
pinned
something.
down though and it's
Aha.
moving
Push
into
him.
this is where you can't push.
Okay.
If he's in a position you can't push, girl, you better enjoy it. I don't know. I don't know. If you're pinned down, that sounds lit. Better stay there.
so
But
now-
nah, you can.
You have to also think about the fact that, hey, he's probably never had a woman that is as vocal.
Okay.
As you. But the truth is that it might be also thrilling for him too. You just have to try it.
Okay.
Exactly. That's
try it
another
out.
thing.
Give some pointers here and there. It's not just about my boobs now. Sometimes it's just and then and then Really? Is that
Yeah.
all you got?
Yeah,
You
that's
need to
it.
show me more. You need to be a little bit more adventurous. But when it comes to all the violent stuff, that's just not for me. It's not. I'm going to tune
I
out.
love it.
No, yeah, I
Love it.
really.
To
Seriously?
be fair, if you're not joking me, what are you doing? Like, what are you really doing? It's like a little like kind of joking
Wow.
sometimes at some point.
I'm more of the
mean?
Mills and Boone, he touched my hair.
Ross riding a
like,
horse.
His fingers brushed my shoulder, kind of.
I love that
that's
too,
me.
though. I love that too.
no,
With the
you
choking.
But you don't want that but you don't want that every day. Some days
Exactly.
you want
Some
a safe
days I
word.
want that.
Some days you feel like this guy might kill me today.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'ma die happy.
Yeah.
All right, so it does depend on what floats your boat. Because,
Yeah.
like, for instance, now we did talk about size and all that. Some that have a particular size, you might not be getting to that place you need to get to in time. You might not get to the bus stop, if you know what I'm talking about. Might
So
be
what are
go
the
slow
quick
on the
ways
way.
to get an orgasm?
Batteries.
First of all, man, I feel like a lot of guys. I don't know if
Batteries
it's a
and a
Nigerian
partner.
guy thing.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
I feel like a lot of guys, first of all, just don't even know what a clit is. They're unaware. To them, it's just you go straight in and it's what's in there. They don't know anything. So I feel
Yeah.
like tell them, hey, you see that little thing there?
Yeah.
It's key.
But do the women
Once they
actually
observe-
know? do they know? Some
Girl,
women don't
first
even
of all,
know.
get
No,
to
no.
know yourself.
Some women don't
I feel like
actually
that's
know.
key. You
Do you
should
remember
know
that episode
yourself.
of Sex and the City where was it Charlotte?
Yeah.
Held a mirror to her vagina for the first time and she was like, I have never seen before, and she fell off.
Yeah.
It was sitting on something.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
I know so many women who are like that,
They
who
don't
have
know.
never seen.
I think
Yeah.
every
The person
woman
who
needs
waxes
to
them knows
know.
more about their region
Yeah.
than they do.
And that's
it's
a problem.
shame.
So women now who probably haven't had as much sex before marriage or once they get in, discover yourself a little bit more. Do some research. There's
I feel like every
books
woman
out
should
there.
at least touch themselves. Know what you like. I'm sorry, you should touch yourself. I'm sorry. Because if somebody else is touching you and you're not sure how to explain to them what you like because you don't know, go and touch yourself. Figure out what you like. So next time you can be like, babe, it's to the left. Like, because you know, because you've been there.
Okay.
Because you can't, I feel like if you just go straight to being
Yeah.
with a guy
Yeah.
and you've never seen what's down there, you don't know what's going on, you'll just get into a routine of satisfying the guy.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you won't really enjoy
I
it.
actually
And that's why
do
you find
think
people going,
that
oh,
is
I don't
what
really
is
like
happening.
sex. It's because you don't.
Oh
you
God,
That is
we've
what
run
is
out of
happening.
time. I have so many questions.
No!
We didn't even get to the grooming. How much
Grooming?
hair should you or shouldn't have you
None.
have down there?
None.
Okay.
But we don't have time.
Well.
Thank you very much for joining us, guys.
We'll continue
I'm
this on
going
social
to
media.
bring them back.
We had a good
I have to
time.
bring you guys back, okay?
I'm scared of you.
And I have
I'm
messages.
so afraid of you right now.
There are messages as well from Facebook and Twitter, which I didn't get to read, but we will respond them online. So please, let's keep this conversation going. You've been watching Love Lounge. Thank you so much. We'll be back again very soon. Should I read some of the messages for you?
Yes, please.
The more I have sex, the more I realize I want more sex and different sex. Is there anything wrong with me?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Definitely
Very
not.
healthy. I'm currently in a relationship and I can't go 2 days without wanting some of my boyfriend's sugar cane.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Is there something wrong with me?
No.
No, what's 2 days is even
Some
too
guys
long
will be
now.
happy.
It's not an everyday kind of.
They'll be happy.
Not every day.
Some guys will be so happy. No, really.